Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Sports Gambling Daily for Halloween. It is October 31st. Good morning, Philadelphia. Good morning, Philly. How are you doing, man?
Good morning to you, sir. Yeah, I almost forgot it was Halloween. Weather is so shitty over here today that I think it's actually going to ruin it for people.
Oh, really?
But
Dude,
yeah,
it rained all night here. 40-degree weather, which is like literally icebergs outside. It's really bad here in Houston.
well, I guess that's par for the course with the way it crashed down last night with Houston. Oh, that's a real shame. Not to bring
Well,
that.
what are you talking about? What happened yesterday? Hey, hats off, even though I'm not taking my hat off. Hats off to the Nationals. They earned that thing.
It did.
It wasn't given to them. I mean, it was questionable that they should even been in the playoffs. And then they did what they did to the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Cardinals, and then my Astros. So, hey, congratulations. They put up a fight, man, and they finished that fight. So, I mean, there's no better team to lose to than a team like that. So,
No
congratulations to
question.
the Nets.
When you think for just a minute that they literally got in based off of an error in a wild card game, that was like egregious, and
Right.
it really translates into that. I mean, that just goes to show you, you catch lightning in a bottle. They were unbelievable the last couple of months.
Yeah, they really were, man. And hats off. It's crazy because I remember I don't know how many times I would have wagers on them during the regular season, and they just weren't this team that you see in the
Nope.
playoffs. And
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, hats off to you guys. You guys were the better team, and I hope everybody feels good about themselves because there's so many kids around Houston that don't get to sleep on a mattress now because the Nationals won. So you guys are responsible for being mean to kids and those kind of things. So anyway, we got 3 games in the NBA slate today that we're gonna get into, and a crazy night in the NBA yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Sure was a crazy night. Teams winning. Charlotte. I don't know. That NBA is so weird, man.
So Steph Curry breaks his hand.
Yes.
That team right there. I mean, talk about falling from the top all the way down to the bottom. I mean, I don't even know how they're gonna score now. So I don't see them competing. They all of a sudden turned into the Suns.
Yeah. If they sold their souls to the devil to win all those games and all those championships, this is it right here, man. Because it's falling real hard.
So if that's the case, was it worth it?
Oh, maybe.
I would say so.
I would think maybe.
It might suck now, but
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot of success there. And then,
Yeah.
so the Rockets, they scored about 4,000 points between them and the Wizards yesterday. The wrong team in Houston, the wrong Houston team won yesterday.
Against Washington too.
Yeah. But I'm crazy. No defense was big. It's like an all-star game yesterday. Those two teams. And then the Celtics versus the Bucks. So we had the Bucks minus 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Some places had it minus 3. And we had them versus the Celtics as our premium play.
Mm-hmm.
And it was looking amazing. We were ready to cash the ticket after the first half. So
It was a collapse and a half, really. I don't know. I've noticed with Giannis, for example, the dude literally has, it seems like, 2 moves. He has a Euro step. He has this where he comes in the lane and he spins, and they were all over it, taking charges. He can't shoot. They're daring him to shoot the ball.
mm-hmm.
He had 2 airballed free throws. I mean, I don't know how the hell you airball a free throw, let alone 2 in a row.
Yeah, and from being the MVP, right? I mean,
Being the
MVP
MVP.
shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Agreed. It's early yet, but I've watched a bunch of their games. There doesn't look like there's been really any improvement in his game. He looks like literally the same player, and people are starting to catch up to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the team is concerned, yeah, they collapsed totally. They were up by, I don't know, 20 something.
Yeah.
And then got outscored like 68-34 in the second half.
Yeah, and at that point, it was advantageous to take the Celtics on the live line, the in-game line, because I mean, it doesn't matter how bad they're getting beat. The Celtics aren't that team to just get blown out.
Sure.
And like not put up a fight, especially against a team. No, what's discerning is if you're a Bucks fan, you got to figure out how to close these games out because the fact that you would collapse like that. I mean, you're supposed to be one of the best, if not the best team in the East. At least
Yep.
one of the top 1 or 2. And right now, it's not. Bless you over there. It's not. You're not going to get it done if you have whatever's going on over there that happens. So,
Yep.
very disappointing, extremely disappointing because I had good money on that game and went to crap. But such is gambling, man. That's what happens. Sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. So we're gonna get it back to today. Hey, if you're interested to join the Discord and get our premium selections, we're on a 3-day free trial. The link is in the description. And hey, come check us out. Come hang out with us. We've got about almost 300 people in our Discord, and hey, it's a lot of fun. And you can hang out with me, Philly, Joe, and Big Mon, and say what's up. And you got any questions? You want any kind of I don't know, insight on anything? Hey, we'll be there and we'll type away, and you have direct access to us. So there's that. So. All right, guys, let's get into, or I should say, all right, Philly, let's get into today's action. We only got 3 NBA games today. Oh, and sorry about yesterday. Had a webcam issue. Got the new webcam from Best Buy.
Nice.
And, and no, it's not. Philly is trying to tell everybody it's because I was doing late night shenanigans on my webcam last night. But that's not the case.
Yeah, it's broken.
But daddy's got to get paid. No. All right. So let's get into the first game here. We got 3 games. And the first one's going to be the Miami Heat taking on the Trae Youngless Hawks. And the Hawks are at home. This line opened up at +6 for the home team, which is the Hawks. And in some spots, Philly, it's already up to 7. At Bovada, you can get it at -7 for the Heat. Pretty much everywhere else is -6.5, but you can still find that opening line of -6 at Bookmaker. Over/under is at 217. So initial leans here. What do you see?
Well, they played 2 nights ago in Miami. That was when Young got hurt, and honestly, once he went out, they couldn't do anything. But so. That makes me want to think, okay, look, this feels like Miami all day, but now they have a game to prepare without him. They can maybe run the offense a little differently. They just didn't have anybody that could create a shot. I kind of thought they might run it through Jabari Parker a little bit. That guy has a tendency to be able to score, but initially, I would lean Miami, honestly, because just the way they play defense and all that good stuff. But sometimes when you play 2 teams back to back like that, it can favor the team that lost also
Sure.
the first time.
Yeah,
But,
I guess if you like Miami, you got to get them now though, because when people start waking up, they're gonna start pounding the Hawks. So the number's not too beat up yet.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think you're right. When I went to bed last night, my book was at 6. It's at 6.5 now. But yeah, initially I would lean Miami. They are the better team, especially without Trae Young, and apparently he's out for at least a week or so.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So here's some trends. The Heat are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 meetings versus the Hawks. So that's something to consider. Now, I think this Hawks team is just a little different than probably the teams that they faced the last 5 times because Young's out. And the under is 35-17 in the last 52 meetings. Now, Trae Young's out, so I mean, where's the scoring going to come from the Hawks?
Maybe John Collins, but he's more of a shooter. Trae Young sets him up a lot. That was the problem. There was nobody that could create a shot.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're the Heat, why wouldn't you just focus on Collins at that point? So. Yeah, so I lean Miami Heat at, if you can get -6, I think is a good spot.
Yep, definitely.
Get it while you can, because maybe by the time you're watching this, it's going to be too late. So
agreed.
All right, next up, we have the Denver Nuggets taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are at home. This line opened up at -4, and it's still currently at -4. This line just like hit the market here. You can only get it in a couple spots. Bet online, 5 dimes, maybe a couple casinos, but -4 is the line for the Denver Nuggets on the road, which is one of the best or the better Western Conference teams in the league. Let's see. So what do you see here, Philly? Do you think the Nuggets go on the road and get it done versus New Orleans?
Well, the one thing about New Orleans is they can be potent. They can score a little bit. I like the fact that Denver plays defense and defense travels. Um, that's a tough one, man. I don't even really have a lot of information. It's not even listed at my book yet. You said it's 4 point, right?
Yeah, 4 points. Yeah. Well, I can give you a little bit here. The Nuggets are 4-1 against their last 5 games following an ATS loss. The Pelicans haven't won a game thus far, and they're 1-3 against the spread. Head to head, the over is 4-1 their last 5 meetings when these two teams have faced off in New Orleans, and the home team, obviously, which is the Pels here, is 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 meetings. And also the underdog is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 meetings. So a lot of signs are pointing towards, at least trend-wise, towards the Pels.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, they got to win at some point, and they got some talent on that side of the ball, and it feels like a lot of their a lot of their games are higher scoring. Man, that I look at that line and it initially makes me want to go with Denver, but that's sort of what's making me feel counterintuitive to it, and I'm just wanting to take the Pelicans.
Yeah. Well, I think if you like the Pels, money's going to be poured in on
Yep,
the Nuggets.
you're right.
The early money already is 73% of the money's on the Nuggets right now. So, it's early, but that's where the money's trending.
Yeah, so your suggestion basically would be if you like the Pelicans, wait a little bit.
The issue here is the Pels haven't shown me anything.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
give me the Nuggets at -4, and if it's a square play, it's a square play because the Pelicans just haven't shown me anything. I know it's
Right.
against the trends, but I mean it's kind of hard to put my money on a Pelicans team that doesn't do anything. So
Agreed. I mean, Denver's a really strong team.
yeah. Okay, let's move on to San Antonio. This is the third and last game on the slate. San Antonio Spurs on the road versus the Los Angeles Clippers that sat Kawhi Leonard yesterday. And the Clippers lost to the Jazz. And it just shows you how important Kawhi Leonard is to the Clippers. And I think there's a good chance. What's crazy is if Kawhi Leonard plays that game, I mean, they probably win. So, or at least it'll be very close, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because I think you saw the way the line swung from the opening line to like where it was when he was announced out. I think they were like, I could be wrong, but I thought it opened up like -1.5, and then it went to that. It went to like 6 as soon as it was bizarre. Yeah. It's kind of strange because you're talking about the team playing back to back, but their best player didn't play.
Right.
And the other dynamic to this is he's going back to San Antonio where he was traded away. There's some interesting shit with that.
Yeah.
So
And he came back a champion.
he came back. That's true.
Yeah. So, but maybe that doesn't matter anymore. That was last year's storyline, and maybe at this point, he didn't have anything to prove to San Antonio anymore. I don't know.
Well, that could be. I have a feeling though they probably said to him, "Hey, listen, we're gonna sit you one of these games for load management." And I mean, it's kind of strange that this is the one he played in. There's got to be something there. I know that when he left there, it wasn't the greatest ending. And also, I kind of feel like the Clippers. Not that they tried to lose that game last night, but they conceded a little bit because I watched a good portion of it, and in the fourth quarter when they made a run, they got it down to about 8. You could see the coach was talking to Lou Williams, like they were contemplating on whether they put him back in because they sat him most of the second half, and they never did. So my guess is they're just getting prepared for tonight.
Yeah, I guess they're also realizing that one game isn't a big deal.
That's right,
because they know that they have one of the better teams in the West. So if you don't have to win every game. So. All right, the over is 4-1 their last 5 meetings when they play in Los Angeles, and the Spurs are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 meetings versus the Clippers. The underdog is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. So the line here is that's a good question. Let me pull it up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the line here is -5 to the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, my initial gut reaction tells me I like the Clippers. Like that's not a bad line for the Clippers. I mean, I know like I said, they played and all, but Kawhi didn't. There's some extra motivation there for sure. Not that San Antonio is a terrible team, but
No, they're not.
um, that would be certainly my initial lean. I'm gonna look into it a little bit more and make sure there's nobody out that's not supposed to be. But normal lineups play, I like the -5.
Yeah, my initial lean is the Spurs. I like the Spurs to keep it close.
Okay.
And but I'll look into it a little more. But it's just an official lean. That's all it is. Spurs, they seem to play games like this tight,
Mm-hmm.
At least the old Spurs used to. So we'll see if that correlates to this year. But so that'll do it for today's show.
Yes, it will. It was not too much to go over, but that's all right though. Lets you focus a little bit on a couple games and really pinpoint what you like instead of having to spread yourself thin over 15 on a day.
Yeah, right. So, because when there's like that many games, you're like, man, this not only is this going to be a long show, but it's a lot to go over. So,
That's true.
all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about not having a show yesterday, but don't worry, everything's all good. And let's see here, Philly. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Have a great Thursday, guys. Happy Halloween. If you go out, stay safe, get yourself some candy, and talk to you tomorrow.
Yep. For my boy Philly over there, my name's Jared. You've been watching Sports Gambling Daily for a Thursday. And congratulations to those Nationals. And pray for the children. Good night. Good morning. Whatever. Bye.